Hey Dog Nation, this is the Dog Father here. Welcome to Dog Bowl 13. We're going to have a really special bunch of games ahead of us, and I'm here with one of our sponsors. This is Matt Martinez of MMD Electric. Tell us a little bit about your company.
MMD Electric is a commercial, industrial, residential, small job service company that kind of keep with smaller jobs so we can keep the schedule more open.
No, that's fantastic, and I can vouch for you because you've come to my house multiple times and saved the day for Cindy and I.
Right.
So, and that's the residential side, but you do a lot more than that.
Correct, yeah. So commercial, we help out with other sponsors like Skylight Specialists, which is a sponsor. We do help them out some of their commercial/residential jobs, or just even restaurants and you name it. We're there to do it. We do it all.
Yeah, and so this year, and just like last year, you're our streaming sponsor. So with that, Shaw Hockey Productions comes in and they cover 46 games over the course of the weekend, all the way from the beer leaguer crappy guys like you and me to world-class sled hockey players and NHL players. All,
correct, yeah.
And we can't do that without guys like you, without Shawzy and so on and so forth. So thank you for doing that. And we also have a kind of a cool theme this year at the Dog Bowl, and we're wearing it right now.
We are. The theme I like about this Dog Bowl, and it comes close to home to me, is organ donations. So with the Dog Bowl going on this year in the Survivor game, it's all organ transplant recipients and donors.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about you a little bit on that because you hit both sides of that, right? Because with organ donors, you have the people that receive the organ donations, but you also have the people that give the organs, right?
Correct.
And some of those are living donors, some unfortunately pass, and that goes from there. But kind of tell us about yours.
So first one that got me involved with the organization with Dog Nation was a kidney donation to, everyone knows, D-Rep. Or Dave Repsher with the Flight for Life back in 2015.
Yeah.
The helicopter accident with Flight for Life. So yeah, he went through some troubles, and I donated my kidney, which got him back up and running, and life's great with him.
Yeah, and then you on the other side, you're a recipient yourself.
I'm a recipient. I actually have a 21-year-old man from Florida's cadaver cartilage in my left knee.
Yeah, ironically, the same surgery Gabe Landeskog just had.
That is true.
So you came back, so that means Gabe's coming back too. So,
Definitely.
But that's terrific stuff, amazing on both sides, and also we're wearing the Survivor game jerseys. So these are going to be on Saturday. Amazing game to watch. That'll be on one of the broadcasts and
at 2:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and you are going to be in that game, and so is Dave.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, thank you very much. Tune in. 46 games. You're not going to want to miss a single one. Check it out. Thank you.
And good afternoon from the Edge Ice Arena. This is the 13th annual Dog Bowl. Today is Championship Sunday, and we have the Platinum game here just ahead of us as we have the Mainline West top dogs dressed in their home whites coming up against the five-time defending champion Denver Concrete. I'm Manny Furtado. I'm joined by Charlie Host. Welcome to today's broadcast. Charlie?
Well, we're in store for a great one, Manny. There's just no question about that. These two teams met yesterday, 1-0 hockey game. It was end-to-end action. Milan Hajduk afterwards was said to have said that the game was as much like a real hockey game as he has experienced in a long time. You just have two very good teams, two very good goalies. It sets up for a fantastic Platinum Championship game here this afternoon.
And what's amazing is the Mainline West top dogs have never won this championship. They are looking for their first. And Marty Richardson has built this team for a championship run.
It is amazing. I mean, even when you say it, Manny, it's almost hard to comprehend that the group they put together typically on this top dog side, again this season, they've been perfect through the tournament thus far, hasn't won this championship game. On the other side, Denver Concrete, 5 times in a row defending champions of this tournament.
And Denver Concrete just seems to manufacture it. We talked about some of the players that have played for both of these teams in years past. DU greats, Kevin Ulansky, and you look at some of the greats, Ken Klee and Derek Armstrong, NHL players for this Mainline West team. And we are underway with the 15-minute first period as Jan Hayda sends it back over to Barry Goers, and Goers inside to Hayduk. Hayduk working over on the near side, that puck bouncing, and picking it back up was Bo Hansen. Hansen sends it to Poulsen, and Poulsen threads one back over to Selaney. Selaney drives it in, and the shot, and the first save of the game by Peter Budaj. Budaj comes up big. Opposite of him is Ryan Willett in goal, and Selaney's got the puck. Selaney works it in and rifles one over to the far side, picked up by Garrett Devine. Devine with the head up, looking for an option. He finds over on the far side, he finds Hayduk. Hayduk, the defenseman, takes the shot. That one bounces off the end boards, and Poulsen's got it again. Poulsen weaving through. He's got his legs. You can see it already. The puck bounces off a Dodd stick and settled by Driscoll. Puck moved back up ice. Punch pass there. Pick back up. Graber's got it. Graber. Toe drag move back below the line on his backhand. Double teamed. Leaves it there for Hankey, and puck is rolled back up to the point. Driscoll has trouble with it. Recovers, picks it back up. The loose puck at the dot, and it's recovered and picked back up by Trey Dodd. Dodd with the head up, works it through center. Dodd looking for his 4th goal of this tournament. Hands it back off, and it's Camrud with the puck. Camrud delivers it back. Jared Wright. Oh, and he just misses the mark as it gets past Anderson. That's Kent Anderson, number 17. And Anderson has taken the place of Toby Peterson. So Ken Anderson out of the University of Denver is in for this top dog squad. As the puck is forced back out to center, Jan Hayda picks it back up in a soft play. Back, and it's picked back up. Smeknov has it taken off his stick. Vanderbeck winds it in, and his shot deflects. Willits guides it back over as Vanderbeck has it. Vanderbeck back into the corner, moves it back, and the shot back through. Vanderbeck picks it back up. Puck over on the far side. Senya's got it. The Hobie Baker winner puts a soft one into the near side corner. Comes back to Hayda. Hayda looks up ice. Quayler, the defenseman, up ahead of the play, and the puck is picked back up by Giles. Good end-to-end action thus far.
Great pace, couple of good chances, especially early on for Denver Concrete. Budaj with a big early save to keep this game scoreless.
And there's Giles, the unheralded defenseman, that is Bo Hansen bringing it in. Hansen's been a stalwart as well. And we also should mention Matt Cope is out there now. He's wearing the dark blue jersey with the taped on numbers. We'll see if those stay throughout the game. He's number 77. Back to live action. Puck off Milan Hayduk's stick. And Rakowski looks to recover it. Cope can't do so. Hayduk's got it. Hayduk winding his way into the zone. Hayduk looking for the shot. Takes it, goes wide onto the near side. Driscoll, the West Point player, back on defense. Puck picked up by Garrett Devine. Devine spills to the ice, and Goers has it. And we've got a tripping call, the first call of the game here. And so going to the box is going to be Garrett Devine. So Denver Concrete earns their first power play as Devine takes a tripping call.
And Manny, this power play has looked really good all weekend for Denver Concrete. 5 players. The players are in motion as much as the puck is. No one standing still. A lot of movement for the Concrete when they have the man advantage.
And you've got Brian Yoon out there quarterbacking this. Yoon sends it back over to Graber's. Graber's shot, and Budaj sees it the distance.
Budaj didn't play the second game yesterday for Top Dogs, but he played the first one, which was against Denver Concrete. Extremely sharp in that game.
And spelling him was Plants Kyle Plants from Duquesne University did a terrific job for him. And we also should mention we've got Marty Richardson. Marty, welcome to the booth here for this championship game.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. This is a good one. It's for Denver Concrete going for their 6th straight title here.
And getting tied up back there was Willette, but Selaney with some speed brings it in. Selaney is canceled. Over on the far side is Kent Anderson, the big defenseman for DU, playing his first Dog Bowl game. Good to see Anderson out there. You got a good look at him this past year, didn't you, Charlie?
Absolutely. A freshman for Denver this past season. Really talented defenseman.
And there's Bo Hansen, another DU product, and he puts it right on target on Budai.
A lot of pioneers out here, Charlie.
There is a lot of DU connections, no question, Marty.
And Will Graber, he's got those ads all over that. He plays in Finland.
And Graber, who had a good career at Dartmouth as well. The pass sauced back over to the far side. Picked up by Giles as Giles is watched by Trey Dodd. Back up to the point. It's Graber. Graber walking the line, looking for a lane. Doesn't have it. Giles looking cross ice as he had Bo Hansen. Hansen challenged by Jan Heda. And the puck up. Glove back down by Quayler. Quayler creating some space and finds Jan Heda, who settles things for the top Dogs. His long pass, Graber touches it up, and curling is Selaney. Polson with the puck finds Hansen. The shot and the recovery over on the far side as Budai went down with a toe save. We've got a whistle here at the 9:05 mark of this running clock. It is 0-0 between these two heavyweights in the Platinum Division.
Big kill there for the top Dogs. They're able to kill off that penalty to Garrett Devine back to full strength. They take the icing, get some fresh bodies on the ice. Game remains scoreless, but early on Denver Concrete thus far with the better chances.
As Hankey takes the face-off, as that is Nick Hankey. His brother Michael is number 2. Nick is number 11. They captain this squad. Longtime coaches for the Colorado Thunderbirds. The pass deflected and picking up the puck over on the far side and working it back in, and on a backhand that shot and covered and held by Willette as we've got Jared Wright out there again. Jack Devine out of the lineup. Devine played the first 2 games, and Jared Wright came in yesterday, and boy, was he a spark.
Just great speed and really good hands to go with those quick feet. Good display of his soft hands there on that play to be able to get the puck in front. Really some of the first action Willette, the Denver Concrete netminder, has seen so far in this game.
Puck over on the far side. Willits had a guy right in the middle. It was Vanderbeck, and Vanderbeck sure is dangerous with those, speaking of hands there. Vanderbeck, who had a couple of tallies yesterday, including a beauty backhander in front of the cage with a ton of patience. Puck poked free. Anderson's got it. Slides it back over, and Hayduk has it skipped off his stick. Vanderbeck drives it in, and Budai moves it back over to the half boards. Senya with a backhand feed, looking for Hayduk, but reeling in that puck is Willits. Willits hands it off to Vanderbeck. Vanderbeck winds, and the quick little snapshot is held by Peter Budai. Budai holding on there at the 7:10 mark. Marty?
Yeah, Vanderbeck, we've seen him in the last few years. Scores a lot of goals in this. He's got just a booming wrist shot. Once again, always testing these guys.
Always testing them. We've got Matt Cope back out there, and here comes David Hayduk. Speaking of Hayduks, and David looks for the return feed. Vanderbeck's got it. Hayduk peels it off and finds Senya up ice. Looking for Milan. Hayduk picks it up off his backhand, and at the blue line rolls it around. Back over to the near side. Bo Hansen looking for it. Puck is poked off as Smeknov thought he was going to have a chance. Puck over on the far side, moving it in and off sides as Rakowski got in ahead of Bo Hansen. Handed off to Cope. Cope thinks about it. Cope tries to touch it back, but it's stolen by Smeknov and cleared by the top Dogs. They'll take the icing call. We're at the 6:17 mark and rolling.
Great championship game pace, exactly as we would expect. Only 1 goal combined the first time these two teams met. Budai early on, Manny, the way he's stopping pucks, no rebounds whatsoever. Every shot, he's just gathering it in, not allowing any rebounds.
Barry Goers picks up the puck. and settles things as he's got his D partner out there as Jan Heda lost at edge. He's got a man back behind the cage. Heda escapes there, and here comes Marek Hajduk. Hajduk tries to work it into the zone, but he's taken off the play. We've got a penalty, and it's going to be a slashing call as a stick on the ice here. And I believe who is going to the box? I believe Will Graber. So the first power play for the Top Dogs, and Graber takes it. Graber for a slashing call, and this one comes at the 5:19 mark and counting.
I think that it's a coincidental. With it looks like there's a player in both boxes here.
And let's see if we can pick up who's in the box there. It looks like Garrett Devine again. So Devine takes his second. And I didn't see what the call was on that one, but as Marty points out, we've got 2 men in the box, and we'll remain 5-on-5. So Aiden Thompson sets up and wins a clean one back. Jan Heda drags it back over to the center as Marek Hajduk works off of Poulsen. Poulsen with a good sweep check there. Knocks the puck away, and Poulsen with the head up and a little backhander. Fluttering play, finds Driscoll's stick. Hankey puts it back in. Rolls around back to Peter Budaj, and Budaj scales one off the glass. Puck right in the center. Poulsen's got it, and he pulls the trigger there. Budaj had to go down to make that save, but he's solid and square to the shooter.
Rimmed it around the boards, and then a little bit of a turnover by the Top Dogs allows Concrete to come right in. And again, Budaj making the save, and just that puck sticking to him. No rebounds allowed whatsoever by Peter Budaj.
And Poulsen trying to work off the wall. Jared Wright is there. Puck squirts free back to the far side. Rakowski chases it, but Heda gets there first. Barry Goers, an angled pass beyond the reach of Jared Wright, and getting back for the touch-up there is John Driscoll. Driscoll, who played his youth hockey here for the Colorado Thunderbirds and currently plays at West Point for Coach Brian Riley. And so the face-off comes to the left side of Budaj. Budaj's got that left glove that you see in your foreground as he readies himself. Poulsen tries to win that one, but Dodd wins it back to the wall. And Hajduk on the far side. That's David Hajduk, the defenseman, number 3. He's got a brother out there, 11. Marek Hajduk. Both brothers play for Harvard. Here comes Poulsen. Poulsen takes it into the zone as Kent Anderson ties him up. Moves it back down to Selaney. Selaney guides it back up to the wall. And a touch play without a lot of room as Milan Hajduk was pressing. The pass through the slot. Nobody home. And Poulsen looks for it, but coming up with the puck is Braden Kamrud. Kamrud takes it into the zone and leaves it there for Hajduk. Hajduk chases it into the far side corner, scoops it up on his backhand and moves it back up to the point. His son David takes that shot, deflected, never got through to Willette's cage. And walking it back in is Dodd. Dodd gets tied up. Poulsen's got it. Poulsen angles one off the end boards. Selaney reads the play and comes back, picks it up and settles things back behind Willette's cage. And we've got 2 players tied up, Marty.
Yeah, that's Dodd down there, and took an exception there. I think he was a little bit of holding it. I don't know if they're going to both go again.
So Giles and Dodd, and it appears that way.
Yeah, Charlie, the intensity's heated up a little. If everyone says it's a beer league game and we don't care about winning, they're not telling the truth.
Well, when Manny and I were downstairs in the locker rooms, as we've done throughout the entire tournament, you could tell the atmosphere and the feeling in each of the locker rooms was just a little bit different before this one.
As Steve Quayler out of Arvada comes in, takes that quick shot.
And of course, how they got here, Denver Concrete early on, it didn't look like it was going to be their year, losing and dropping their first 2 games, able to come back, win their 3rd game. 3 teams finished with a 1-win, 2-loss record. Denver Concrete advanced to the championship based on the tiebreaker of goals against.
Garrett Devine steals that puck and taking obsession to it. And there is Will Graber. He takes Devine into the boards as he wraps him up. And you're right, this is a charity tournament, but there's no charity given there as he rode him into the ditch. And what's amazing is is you look at Denver Concrete, and Denver Concrete scored 1 goal in their first 2 games.
Yeah.
And so Will Graber takes an ill-advised penalty as he takes Devine in. And so the Top Dogs are going to get their first power play of the game here.
Yeah, Hankey's going over to that bench trying to calm things down a little bit. That's the right thing to do. It's a charity tournament. He's hopefully that works out. We don't want anyone getting hurt here.
No, absolutely not. And so a little frustration there. Let's set the stage for you. Senya Smeknov, and there is Luke Anderson out there along with Quayler, and Anderson's got the puck. Anderson drags it to the middle, looks for the lane, and it goes off of Willett's boot. And Willett's number 44 in there, the Northern Michigan alum, gets in the lane for that. There's the buzzer. After 1, it is 0-0, 1:41 remaining on Will Graber's holding penalty. And that's what we have when we come back. Charlie, your thoughts on this first period?
Well, a good period, as we were discussing. You can tell the intensity is higher for this game than we've seen all weekend, which is rightfully so. But you want to keep it clean. You want to play the game the right way. And for the Denver Concrete, with Will Graber going to the box a couple of times, he's one of their key components. They certainly don't want him spending 4 minutes in the box every period. He's one of their key contributors, offensively, defensively, really all areas of the ice.
Talk a little bit about how this Top Dog team got here. And you look at their scores in their first 3 games, they've been dominant.
They really have. I mean, they ran a clean slate through their first 3 games, beating the Wolfpack 7-2 to get started, and then they really just kept rolling from there and really have dominated much of the weekend. They played Denver Concrete, won that game 1-0, which was a big win for them at that point, not knowing that Denver Concrete would advance. And then the Top Dogs finished off by beating Sissel 5-1. So really an impressive first 3 games in the round robin portion of the tournament for the Top Dogs.
And so we have Peter Budai to our left-hand side and Ryan Willett to our right-hand side. The teams have switched sides, and with 1:32 remaining in the power play, working it in is Merrick Hayduk. Hayduk turns on a dime. His pass off of Willett's stick, and Selaney forces it back out to the center. Selaney, shorthanded, brings it in. The shot! He wires one! And Selaney scores! Matt Selaney, the Alabama Huntsville product, wires one. It is 1-0 Denver Concrete. Shorthanded goal.
Shorthanded goal, and you can see defensively, Top Dogs had a little bit of miscommunication. Ken Anderson thought Jared Wright would go to the puck. He's even pointing for the back checker to provide some back pressure on the puck carrier. Wright is going to the middle. Kent Anderson stays in the middle. That's what allows Selaney to have that type of space. And boy, he goes top shelf over the blocker of Budai. 1-0 Denver Concrete.
And you look at Selaney, and he comes from an unheralded, University of Alabama Huntsville. But people don't realize Selaney playing in the 3-ice tournament this past year won the championship of the 3-ice summer tournament. So Selaney is well aware of winning championships. Here we go, back to the live action with 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Goer's shot, and Jared Wright was lurking as he was camped out in the slot. Puck is punched back up to Barry Goers, and the shot is deflected as Ryan Willett is on his game here today.
Good shot there from Goers. He realized he didn't have any traffic in front, so he just let it fly, put everything he could into it, and he wasn't afraid to go upstairs. Kind of was looking high blocker side. Willett with a good save, able to deflect it out of play for the stoppage.
And Will Graber is back on the ice. We're back to full strength here. So perhaps that worked out okay for Denver Concrete going on the PK. Matt Cope winds it back over to Brian Yoon, and Yoon back up to Graber. Graber in those distinctive orange socks brings it back in as he's challenged by Barry Goers. Goers gets a stick on it, gets some help back behind the cage. Jan Hayda lends a hand. Puck freed up, and it's poked back over to the near side. Camrood's got it. Camrood with the head up, looks to center ice, bounces off Cope's boot and back over to the far side. looking to take the zone. The puck back behind the cage. Barry Goers guides a soft one back up the right wing boards, and working off of it is Dodd. Dodd streaks in. Dodd winds up, but just unable to finish there. Puck is poked back into the near side corner. Dodd's got it again. Back to Quayler. Quayler loses an edge. Graber's got it. Graber all alone. Graber brings it in. Budaj makes the save. Put a marker on that one. 11:56 to go in the second period, and what a save by Budaj.
Incredible save. Great view from behind the net. Thanks to Mike Shaw and Shaw Productions. What a great look that is. And it comes in right on Budaj. And that is one-on-one, two really great ones. Budaj gets the better of it with the glove save.
Puck is gloved down by Hayduk, and Milan Hayduk moves it ahead. Smeknov takes the angle. Smeknov back deep. Hansen tucks it back into the corner. And Giles has it. Giles hands it off as it's worked back up. It's Vanderbeck. Vanderbeck through the center. The shot, and it wires back over hard off the end glass. Wrapped around far to the far side as Smeknov gets enough of it as he wedges it back out to center. Puck back over to Giles. Giles draws him in. And a quick little play. Touch play. Here comes Poulsen. 2-on-1. He's got Vanderbeck far side. Vanderbeck. Poulsen! Budaj makes another save.
Boy, the Denver Concrete's really turned it up. They're getting all the quality chances up on this end, and Peter Budaj's had to look all of an NHL goalie this period.
Concrete playing downhill for sure
Yeah.
in transition, and even the chance a moment ago. Vanderbeck again, so skilled. It looks like he has no space, no time. It's almost a one-on-two. He cuts middle, gets a great shot
Vanderbeck
up.
steals it again. His shot, as he had Rakowski on the near side, went for the top half of the cage, unable to connect on that one. Driscoll back as Driscoll through center ice, and he holds off Marek Hayduk, but not for long, as walking in is Thompson. Thompson's backhand bid. That one goes up and over the cage and back over to the far side. Poulsen taps at it, and it's gloved into the top Dawgs bench. 10:06 remaining in this second period. 1-0 Denver Concrete leads.
Gives us a chance just to catch our breath. Really fast and furious first 5 minutes of the second period. Special teams always important. You want to generate offense. Top Dogs unfortunately give one up.
And Willets losing the puck there as Thompson's shot goes up and over. Possibly got caught there. It might have gotten tipped up and over Willet's cage.
Pretty sure that got tipped. It's staying in that end, and that was a great scoring chance. That was right down Broadway there.
Marty, you got your voice back here today.
I do.
You lost it for sure yesterday.
I slept longer than 15 minutes last night.
Selaney, punch pass. Driscoll gathers it back in. Driscoll challenged there by Barry Goers. D on D here as Rakowski in deep gets held up there by David Hayduk. And the hoist pass, trying to chase that down is Marek Hayduk, but getting there first was Willett. Willet's able to move it back over to the far side as David Hayduk has it taken off his stick, back up to Hayda, and Hayda rescues it at the blue line, keeps it in play. Garrett Devine loses the handle as he was challenged by the big defenseman Driscoll. And Hayda back behind Budaj's cage as he's pressed by Rakowski on the forecheck. And the breakout pass is on the blade of Garrett Devine. Devine takes the zone, works his way down the right-hand side. Devine with a backhand no-look feed. Almost found the mark. Marching ahead. Here comes Concrete. Walking it back in. Rao takes the shot, but Hayda got a good stick on it and disrupted it at the last second. Here's the pass back over to the near side. One more time. Giles springs. Cope's shot, and Budaj makes a routine save. The return feed back to Giles. Giles from the left point. Sidesteps one. He's got Kamrud in front of him. Works it back down low. Touches it up. And the pass. Rao pokes at it. Giles in the slot. Can't get the handle. The drive. Thinking of it right in front. And there was Selaney. Selaney on the back door. Unable to tuck that away as Budaj smoked him out. Puck back behind the cage as Quayler has it stripped off his stick. He takes down Cope, and Giles and Cope in a pile back over on the far side. Back to the live action. Here comes Devine. Devine winds up, and this one rolls around the glass back over. Graber calling for it. Graber has it in his wickets. Stepping in was Bo Hansen. Here's the captain, the shot, and the glove saved by Peter Budaj. Nick Hankey, what a play. You got to love the captain coming in and picking his spots.
And he did pick his spot. You could completely see him pick up his head, take a look at where he wanted to go, but the way Budaj's working his glove so far today, Denver Concrete might want to stay away from the glove side on Peter Budaj.
And there is Anderson. Anderson moves it back over to the far side. Bo Hansen puts it back along the half boards. It ricochets back over to Anderson. Anderson looks to hand it off to Senya, but getting in there first was Hansen. And the puck is punched back over to the far side. Solani's got to wait, and it's offside. We got a whistle there. 6:41 in this second period. 1-goal game. This is what we expected, right?
It's exactly what we expected, and these games really are quick by the definition of a regulation game where you have 3 20-minute stops. We don't have that here. Just 2 15-minute runs and then a 12-minute stop, so you got to, obviously a 1-goal game, you're still close, but every goal in this championship game, of course, going to be so critical.
And stick handling through. Ken Anderson chops at it there as he is met by Driscoll, and Driscoll's got the puck. Driscoll sidesteps one, chopped at by Senya. And Senya with those strong hands. And boy, what a strong stick, as he just was determined that Driscoll wasn't going to get any further than just inside the blue line.
Those little 50-50 puck battles too, Manny, that's where you see the intensity is just different today. Guys are losing pucks, and they're not going for a 747, a big skate. They're hitting the brakes. They're hard on pucks, getting pucks out of zones. All those little things that make a big difference.
Graber taking the face-off. Puck is moved back over, and Smeknov sends it back, but there's those quick hands for Solani. Solani with Hayduk pressing him, and Solani escapes the grasp, moves it back over to the near side and works it back into the zone. It's puck back out to center as Driscoll holds up his man, and Driscoll tries to wind it in. The loose puck at center ice. Who's got it? Over on the far side, Brian Yoon. How calm is he? Yoon moves it back over to the bench boards, and Milan Hayduk's got it. Hayduk with Dodd over on the far side, skates it back and hands it off. He looks for the return feed, but Yoon reads the play and hoists it back out to center. Jan Hayduk loves it down. Here comes Hankey. Hankey walks in. Hankey's shot just goes wide as Michael Hankey, number 2 out there for this Denver Concrete squad. Puck is scooped up by Hayduk, and Hayduk moves it back over, touched up by Jared Wright, and advanced back over to Aiden Thompson. Thompson's backhand feed in through center is picked up. Vanderbeck takes the zone. Toe drag, move! Backhander just goes wide of Budaj's cage. Meanwhile, David Hayduk with the puck back behind. Vanderbeck pressing. As Vanderbeck is able to move the puck back over to the near side, and working it back in is number 4, Jared Wright. And the loose puck, Giles winds one away to the far side. Stepping in is Anderson, and merging with the puck is Giles with the headman pass. He's got Paulson, Vanderbeck, turnaround shot! Giles a second bid. As Vanderbeck was spilled to the ice, he still had the presence to make that pass.
Great play by Vanderbeck going down to kick that puck all the way back out front. One-timed and it went just wide.
Willits hands it off, picked up by Hansen. Hansen draped by a couple of players. Puck is fished back over. Hayduk advances it, and here comes Thompson. Thompson brings it down the right-hand side, takes the shot up and over the glove side of Budaj. Anderson on the far side. The puck squirts free, 2-on-0. Willits has Vanderbeck. Willits loses the handle, and he had Vanderbeck all alone.
They wave off icing here, a 2-on-1 on one end, and Aiden Thompson missed the net entirely. Willits coming back the other way, 2-on-0, just mishandled the puck.
Driscoll, the big defenseman, drives the puck to Budaj. Budaj holds for the whistle.
We haven't seen that much space, a 2-on-1 on one end where Aiden Thompson had all sorts of time, ends up shooting it high and wide. You just know you're probably going to be able to count those good scoring chances on one hand, especially the way Denver Concrete plays. Their gaps are so tight, they just don't allow you a lot of real estate.
Denver Concrete wins the faceoff, and Brian Yoon The CC alum moves it back into the corner. Picking that puck back up is Rao. Rao chases it back up high, wraps it around over to, but getting to it first is Dodd. Dodd sends one off to Barry Goers, waiting on the near side half boards as he is upended. As David Hayduk moves it back up, and here comes Camroot. Camroot winds his way into the zone, and return feed as Dodd scores! Dodd gets another tally! And where is Marty when you need him? It is 1-1 with 2 minutes remaining in the second.
3-on-2 developed. This was a chance a moment ago that Denver Concrete had, and now it was a 3-on-2 the other way for the Top Dogs. It didn't look like they were really going to execute it. It was slow to develop, but they end up finding Trey Dodd. You're exactly right. Marty Richardson's guy. He's been talking about him all weekend, and I'm pretty sure Ryan Willett never saw it. I think the puck was behind him, and he never moved. I think his own defenseman screened him.
A turnover. Senya is defended. There is Brian Yoon. CC alums together, and Yoon wasn't allowing that one. Milan Hayduk, Quayler with the puck. Hayduk curling, calling for it. As Quayler and Hayduk perhaps was onside. Yoon's got the puck. Yoon tucks it back into the corner, touched up by Driscoll. And Hankey is there battling with Quayler. The puck comes back up to Selaney. And Selaney settles things for Denver Concrete. Final minute of this second period, we're tied 1-1. And looking over his shoulder, Jan Hayda with that presence back there. Kramer steals it, the shot, and Budai makes a save with the glove. Selaney one more time in the slot. There's Selaney calling for the puck as he's got his stick out. Selaney challenges Quayler, takes it into the zone. Selaney right down tight as he had Bo Hansen. Selaney back behind the cage. It's poked free. Final 25 seconds remaining in the period. Paulson winds it up, and Budai makes a right shoulder save. Sanya's got it and looking for relief. Final 16 seconds remaining in this second period. What action!
Couple of times, Top Dogs have been trapped in their own end.
Paulson takes it in, and he's tripped up by Jan Hayda. Hayda with the hands up. The play continues. The drive. Budai has to make another save as the buzzer sounds, signaling the end of the second. What action at the end of that period.
Well, we've seen it a little bit all weekend, Manny. As the games go along, guys get a little bit tired. I mean, we don't see the pace change that much, but some of the attention to detail starts to just slack a little bit. And all of a sudden you're seeing a 2-on-1 one way, 2-on-0 the other way, a little more space and a little more real estate. Really important for the Top Dogs to get that game-tying goal. Now they're going to have an important kill here to start this third period as Jan Hayda goes to the box for the Top Dogs.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back. Stay with us. This is the Platinum Division Championship. We are tied 1-1, Top Dogs versus Denver Concrete. We'll take a real quick break. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Edge Ice Arena for the third and final period between the Mainline West Top Dogs versus Denver Concrete in this championship game. We are tied 1 apiece on goals from Selaney and Trey Dodd. And catching back up to live action as Bo Hansen tries to move it back up the far side wall. And jousting for it, Luke Anderson tucks it back behind, and David Hayduk's got it. Hayduk, a hard angled pass as he will clear the puck with 1:35 remaining in the Denver Concrete power play. Jan Hayda in the box for a tripping call. Meanwhile, Graber's got the puck over on the far side. Graber watched by Anderson and Hayduk, and the puck touched up. Anderson and Thompson's got it. Thompson's got a break. Thompson all alone. Thompson with a backhand one-handed. He tried it, and he lost control of it there in front of Ouellette. Here comes Vanderbeck. Vanderbeck scores! 2-1, Concrete. Vanderbeck scores a power play goal, low side on the stick of Budai.
Your classic 2-goal swing. Aiden Thompson just couldn't get the rolling puck to lay down on his short-handed chance on Ouellette. He tried to go forehand, backhand to slide it in, unable to do it. Top Dogs just missed going up on the power play. Denver Concrete able to counter the other way. Vanderbeck with the power play goal, and now a 2-1 lead for Denver Concrete.
So both of Denver Concrete's goals are special team goals. They've got a shorthanded and a power play goal. As this fluttering puck dies at the goal line, but no icing is called, as Barry Goers works it back over the left wing boards. And working it back down low is number 88, Tyler Poulsen. Poulsen looking for some relief. He's got Garrett Devine up above, working him hard. And Barry Goers back behind. Willits protecting the puck, comes back up. Driscoll has to punch it back over to Yoon. Yoon with a soft pass finds Selaney. Selaney holds up to get bodies on side and moves it back over to Yoon. Yoon draws in Jared Wright. Meanwhile, Willits with the puck over on the far side, and with some casual play there, he draws it back in. The puck back over, punch free by Quayler, coming up with it. Cameron with a nice toe drag move brings it into the zone. Watched by Poulsen as he rolls one through the paint. Back up to Selaney, and Selaney's pass hard off the far side boards, picked up by Poulsen. Graber's trailing. Graber with the puck, top of the circle. That shot deflected. Cameron will get there first, but Cope is there as Graber was offsides. And the icing is waved off. 9:35 in this third period. 2-1 Denver Concrete. 5-time Dawg Bowl champions. 5 times straight. We got to make that clear. 5 times straight.
In the lead here with 9:29 to go off that power play goal from AJ Vanderbeck, and he's been a factor all weekend for Denver Concrete.
Vanderbeck is challenged by Hayda. Hayda gets a couple of good sticks in there and knocks the puck free. And Trey Dodd sets up behind Peter Budai's cage. Back over to Ken Anderson, and Anderson on the mark to Cameron. Cameron winds his way through. Milan Hayduk sitting back behind him. Hayduk streaks in with the puck back behind there. And behind Ouellette's cage, back over to the far side. Anderson with a chop shot. He didn't have a lot of room as Vanderbeck was pressing him. Working his way out, it's Giles. Giles with the long pass. Finds Cope. Cope tries to tuck it back to Giles. But a good defensive play over on the far side by David Hayduk. Puck is moved back over to Kent Anderson. Anderson winds his way through center and into the zone as Concrete holds him up there, and the puck poked free. Vanderbeck's got it. Sends one back over to the far side off the top Dawg bench boards. It's Bo Hansen. Hansen winding his way back behind Budai's cage. His centering feed taken off the blade by Milan Hayduk. Punch pass by Selaney puts it back deep into the Concrete zone. 8:20 to go in this contest with a 2-1 lead, Denver Concrete. Poulsen on his horse. Poulsen takes it into the zone and winds it up. Goers gets a good blade in there as the NHL defenseman is able to get a stick on that one. The puck moved back over to the far side. Driscoll takes it out of the boots, hops it over, and here comes Selaney. Selaney walking in, makes the move, takes the shot, and Barry Goers one more time makes a play.
2 big defensive plays by Goers. First one-on-one on one end of the ice, then a good stick there.
Merrick Hayduk hands it off. Aiden Thompson's shot off the glove of Ouellette. Thompson gets a stick on it right in front. The shot deflected off of Yoon's stick up and over the cage. Yoon recovers and sends a fluttering little backhand back over to Driscoll. Driscoll looks to get it up and out, can't do so. Thompson's there. Thompson with the puck, and it must have touched up there on the bench. 7:26 to go. We've got stop clock up here. Kind of nice to have a little bit of time here instead of that rolling clock. A 1-goal game in the third period. And Jared Wright been a little quiet thus far this game. And And trying to work his way in was Hayduk, coming away with it. And the puck up and out of play as Smeknov sent it out, so the faceoff will return to neutral ice.
I would agree. We haven't heard from Jared Wright or called his name all that much yet. Still time to play. Puck was offsides a moment ago and then just flipped out of play. They locate the puck and we're under live action again.
And there's Giles. Giles gets an active stick and knocks the puck back to the red stripe. Moving back in is Garrett Devine. Devine holds up there as we saw that move yesterday. He had a little spinorama. Rao takes it into the zone. Dylan Rao forced wide, takes the shot. It's deflected up and into the netting by Budaj.
Same type of play there, Manny, where Garrett Devine's coming into the zone and he's looking at 4 blue jerseys. I mean, the Denver Concrete, their gaps, their defensive side positioning, they're always on, guys. They're man on man. You get the puck, you know there's going to be a blue jersey on you as soon as you take just a stride or two.
And here's the long pass, but once again, Giles is there at center field playing that puck. Jan Hayda back behind the cage with a man draped on him. He sends it back over to the near side, and racing in is Hankey. Here comes Nick Hankey. Couldn't control the puck, and the puck back out to center. Garrett Devine with it, a little soft pass beyond the reach of David Hayduk. And the puck moved back over to Giles. Giles has Graber, finds him, and Graber, along with Hankey, moves it into the zone. Graber doing it all himself and gets the shot on goal, and Budaj has to go down to make that save.
Great example there of what makes Graber, if you will. Just that big body. He's able to fend off a couple of defenders, use his long stick to create a shooting angle and get a good chance in on Peter Budaj, even though well defended.
And there's Vanderbeck with a shot, and that goes up high on Budaj. And you watch Selaney. Selaney set that up just before that faceoff.
We've been talking, we haven't called Jared Wright's name all that much. Well, you've been calling Selaney all day. He's been flying. He ran into Kent Anderson early on in this hockey game, and ever since, 22 in blue, he's been all over the place. Okay. Got their first goal.
As Milan Hayduk finds the stick of Cameron. Cameron's shot up high. Hayduk with a second chance, but it bounces over his stick. And here's the fluttering long pass back onto Selaney. Selaney finds the captain. A punch shot drifts wide. And with you and the defenseman down low. Meanwhile, Dodd cycling back behind Budaj's cage, and Concrete will retreat as they get a partial line change. Barry Goers moves it up ice, finds Ken Anderson. Anderson with a head fake, takes the zone. Anderson winds up, and it's sticked into the near side corner. Cameron's got it. Cameron feathers one back over to Anderson, far side, as Jan Hayda's drive, and that blast is deflected up and into the netting.
Deflected by Denver Concrete. Faceoff will stay inside their zone. It'll be to the left of Ouellette. 5:31 remaining here in this third period. Pioneers have Sean Behrens, the Pioneer Sean Behrens, behind the bench for the Top Dogs. So it'll be interesting to see what strings he pulls here down the stretch, trailing by 1.
And you look at all the lofting passes that Denver Concrete is doing. They're just making sure that puck is out of the zone. Here comes Thompson. Thompson glides it back over to the far side as it's fought off there. And Ouellette made that save. Quayler tries to find it, but Giles has it. Giles moves it back over to Michael Hankey. Hankey with the backhand feed. Giles winds up the shot. Budaj, look, he's got it below him. Budaj makes the save at the 5:02 mark. It remains 2-1.
Well, Peter Budaj's made a few huge saves throughout this game. And here again, another point-blank chance. And Budaj wasn't 100% sure at first, but makes a save and again, keeps that puck underneath him, no rebound.
And Jan Hayda with the puck, rifles one off the boards. Senya stretches for it, but that's going to go for an icing call. With 4:55 to go in this third period and a 1-goal deficit, Top Dogs are looking for answers.
Again, you know it's a championship game when we're running face-off plays out of the defensive zone. Top Dogs win the draw. Senya's already flying. It's a set play that the Top Dogs are running out of their defensive zone to try and create offense 200 feet the other way.
Jan Hayda taps it back to Quayler. Pressed by Willits on the far side, and Willits gets a stick in there as Quayler's able to wedge it back out to center. Cycling, here comes Hayduk, the shot, fought off there by Willett, and the big rebound. Willits has it. Willits takes it into the zone as Jan Hayda recovers, and that long stick sweeps the puck, a giveaway. Here comes Thompson. Thompson's got Merrick Hayduk in the middle, and it glances off the glove of Willett. Loose puck, picked back up, the shot by Thompson. And that one is answered. Yoon guides it along the half boards, and it's softly hoisted up and out of concrete zone. Top Dogs have 4:14 to go. They need a goal to tie. And here comes Luke Anderson. Anderson guides it back over to the right-hand side. And we've got offsides.
Offsides, I believe. Boy, it was close. They are saying that Merrick Hayduk was just in ahead of that puck, causing the whistle.
We got Marty Richardson back, and Marty, you missed a goal by Top Dogs. You've got Todd getting his 5th goal of the tournament.
He has been our top dog.
And so the puck moved back over. Here comes David Hayduk. Hayduk sidesteps, takes a quick snapshot, and Willett with the glove goes low and makes that save.
Great play there by David Hayduk to come in, go down to his backhand, draw the defender, pull it back to his forehand for the quick shot.
Off the faceoff, Garrett Devine wins it cleanly. Back over to Hayduk on the far side. Ken Anderson's shot, hard off the end glass, and it's anybody's puck. Picking it up is Smeknov. Smeknov pressed into the boards by Driscoll. Driscoll holds him up there. Jared Wright, and Graber's there as well. Graber got a stick on it, and a quick return feed back over, and Anderson doing yeoman's work at the blue line, holds it in, keeps the play alive, but Driscoll's got it. Driscoll sends one off, Polson gets the stick, and it's off back behind the scorer's bench. And so the whistle there, and it went off Polson's stick, so that faceoff remains in the Denver concrete zone with 3:20 remaining in the third.
You've called it a couple of times now, Manny, where Denver concrete, they're just flipping the puck out of their own end. They get in any type of trouble, they aren't going to be cute with it. They're not going to try and make a pretty play. They will just flip it out, get it out of their end, and live to see another day.
Even there on the draw, that's beer league stuff where you just push it out of split the defenseman.
Peter Budaj delivered that over to the far side, and here comes Kamrud. Kamrud with Garrett Devine sitting back behind him. Yoon defending. Yoon shadows Kamrud, and Kamrud over on the far side. Yoon looks for his chance. Meanwhile, the puck comes back over. Jan Hayda centering feed. Yoon's got it. Yoon with a man up ahead as it's Cope. Yoon holds it there, taps it aside. Vanderbeck with it. Vanderbeck winding, takes the shot. Budaj with a right pad save. Kamrud with 2:47 to go in the third, trailing by 1. Here comes the Top Dogs, working his way through. Kamrud delivers it back over and defended by Will Graber. Graber with the long stick over on the far side, and he dragged some time off there as Driscoll was going for a line change, a little bit surprised by that play. Quayler, 2:27 to go, delivers it back over to the far side. Kent Anderson is spilled to the ice by Graber. Graber peels the puck away, finds Vanderbeck the shot, and it whistles hard off the end boards. Giles is there. Giles puts it softly into the corner, stolen by Quayler, and Quayler moves it up. Giles goes low and holds it there. Bouncing puck at center ice. As Thompson tried to get a stick on it, Dodd's got it. Dodd with the head up, takes the zone, and with some confidence, takes it, tries to work his way past Giles. Giles seals the wall and is able to send a soft pass over to Selaney. Poked off his blade, picked back up by Dodd. Dodd with Thompson. Thompson's pass intercepted the puck. And the empty net back behind as the Top Dogs have pulled the goalie with 1:41 to go in the contest. Over on the far side, Paulson forces it back out to center, and it's softly put in, a wise decision.
That was a smart decision there by Graber. Rather than trying to take a chance and getting it on net, made the safe play.
Thompson hands it off to Jared Wright, hits the brakes, looks for relief, up high, and the pass deflected. Here comes Vanderbeck. Vanderbeck with an empty net in front of him, scores! Vanderbeck seals it. It is 3-1 with 1:15 to go in the third.
Once it's chipped out at the blue line, it's just a foot race, and Vanderbeck had the head start, able to gather it in and put it into the empty net for the 3-1 lead.
A shorty, a power play, and an empty net. All three. And Denver Concrete, with 1 minute remaining in this third period, is a minute away from their 6th consecutive championship. This one will go for an icing. So the Top Dogs, with 58.5 seconds, have an offensive zone face-off. Take us through this.
You obviously have to create offense immediately. You can't be cute with it. You gotta create a play right off the draw, and the puck and bodies have to be to the net immediately, because you got to get a quick strike here, so then you can have a chance at the game-tying goal.
And so the Top Dogs have taken their timeout as Aiden Thompson and company over on the far side huddle up as Sean Behrens draws it up on the board, I think.
It's going to be a tough one to draw up. The Denver Concrete, unbelievable. Every year. And this year they come out, lose 6-1 in their first game. We even talked about it, man. We said, don't ever count them out, because these guys, they Houdini every year. And they never go undefeated, ever.
And they never release their roster until the day of the tournament.
Yeah, and then they come out here, and, I mean, clearly it's a good game, but I missed a lot of it because I had to go over and, we got games on the other side, and they're all important. And we had another championship that we were doing over there. And here we go. Just finish this one up.
Here we go. Thompson wins it back cleanly as Ken Anderson with the puck slides it back over. Hayduke's got it in front. Thompson's drive. Thompson had it teed up. He was between the circles. And Thompson's drive goes up and over as it was deflected. Faceoff stays inside the zone. 51.8 seconds remaining. Thompson with Garrett Devine sitting back behind him. Anderson there. Tap back to Anderson. Anderson spills to the ice. Picked back up by Hayduke. Hayduke right on the blue line, dangling there. Hayduke feeds it back. Anderson's got it. Doesn't have the lane. The shot on the far side by Hayduke. Another Hayduke, David Hayduke. And with 39.8 seconds remaining, you get a good look on your monitor from back behind as Willette. It makes another save off the faceoff. Cope, as Cope is diving to try and move that puck out. Battle for it over in the far side corner. Devine got a piece of it as the puck skips the blade of David Hayduke, and chasing it down is Graber with 25 seconds remaining. As Hayduke hands it back off. Ken Anderson with it. The long feed finds the stick of Kamrud. Watched by Yoon. Yoon measuring him. And there's the puck put back into the near side corner. 10 seconds remaining. Bouncing puck. Thompson looking for it. Thompson finds Hayduke, and Hayduke's drive goes wide. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Denver Concrete is the Dog Bowl champion 6 years in a row.
Guys, I'm going to head down and hand off a trophy. I'll see you guys in a few minutes here.
Sounds great, Marty. Denver Concrete, well earned. I tell you, that last minute segment, though, Manny, if Sean Behrens drew up those plays that way, he might have a future in coaching, because it was executed twice to perfection by the Top Dogs. Great looks, great scoring chances. Willette was there, but give a ton of credit to Denver Concrete. They just play very good team hockey, smothering defense, were able to solve Peter Budaj when they needed to with a couple of timely goals. They get the empty netter en route to the 3-1 win and their 6th consecutive Dog Bowl championship.
And you look at the top players on there, you got to look at Ryan Willette, right? Ryan Willette has backstopped this team year after year, and he comes in and he goes up against Peter Budaj, an NHL goalie, and Ryan Willette wins this one. And he got a little help as Selaney scored, and we were 0-0 after one. Selaney scores in the second on that shorthanded goal. How big was that Selaney brought that in and just wired that one up above Budaj? And then it was tied up.
That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in.
I am Matt Martinez with MMD Electric, official streaming sponsor of Dawg Bowl 13.
Thank you, Matt. And always remember to play hard
Play fair.
and give back.
We'll see you at the next face-off.